Welcome back aboard, everyone, for part 3 of my 1,000 subscriber special. I think this time we're just going to jump right in, starting with my survival world and my end upgrade. These two videos were kind of supposed to be in the same video. I just ended up not being able to find my end portal at the end of the first video, so I had to split them in two. But once I did, I showed that off in the second video here. They're pretty good. Also, the second video is where I say the legendary phrase.
I can just kill them under here for ender pearls.
Fun fact, I actually don't have this world anymore because I accidentally deleted it. Anyways, I think these videos are pretty good, actually, for the time on the channel. I'll give them 4.5 stars. By the way, I forgot to mention, Polite Talks isn't going to be counted in this video. Anyways, the next video is 4.4 Number Lore Fan Made. This was obviously before 4.4 was actually released. But honestly, for my first ever prediction video, it's pretty good. Honestly, compared to some of my newer ones, it's definitely not as good, but... And those have their own flaws too, but honestly, I think it's pretty good for the time. Same with the last one. It's not that good. I'll give it 3 stars. I'm not going to be counting the 3 announcements of the holiday specials because they're really just the same thing. And that means our next video is Number Lore 4, but I edited it. Or as I like to call it, my first ever real subscriber boosting video. This was my first real successful and popular video. And it's really what helped me reach 100 subscribers initially. Now, compared to Zach D Films' Wild 5, it's nothing. But at the time, this was my biggest and most popular video. In my opinion, I think it's kind of funny. Compared to some of the YTPs I made after, however, it's not as good. But I still think it's pretty good, and it's good enough to give itself 5 stars. I'm going to speedrun the next two. My favorite things in Minecraft is good. I'll give it 5 stars because it's really just my favorite things in Minecraft, although it's on mobile, so, yeah. And then New Alphabet Lore / Number Lore 3D models is just the sequel to the original, but with a couple more different models. So that gets 4.5 stars. Now for the 2 subscriber specials, I'm going to count them both, and I'm going to give them both overall 4.5 stars, because you would think it would be at least slightly better. I mean, it's 100 subscribers, so not my biggest, but like still, just a little bit better maybe. The first video is really just my sub count changing from 99 to 100, and then the second is me exploding 100 TNT, which is surprisingly anticlimactic. Next, we got me talking about differences between Java and Bedrock that I hate. And really, there was no need for this video because everyone's already covered those changes 1,000 times. Also, I wasn't screen recording this video from my PC, which I really should have taken advantage of because now I can't screen record anything because of how my PC's been acting. Overall, this is actually, I believe the first Christmas in July with Seasick video. Overall, I'm going to give it 2 stars. Now, I am notoriously terrible at editing a video that's screen recorded from my PC, which is probably why I never did it, and now it just doesn't let me do it at all. But that's probably why this video isn't even edited. It is finally, for once, screen recorded from my PC, but there's no editing in it. If I'm being completely honest, it's worse than the last one, which is why I'm giving it 1.5 stars. I'm doing another speedrun because if I'm being blatantly honest here, I clearly have a video I'm trying to get to because I just want to roast that video so badly. And anyways, my Salcedo's Number Lore, but only 4, well, it's exactly what it says it is, so 4.5 stars. And then every Alphabet Lore character ranked based on how much they could have a Christmas party. Why? Why? I guess I was trying to think of some way I could relate it to Christmas in July with Seasick, but like, really? I guess it's good enough, but like 3 stars. What my house looks like during Christmas in July is my Christmas in July living room tour, because that's really the only room in my house I decorate for Christmas in July. Yeah, I did a version of this for all 3 of the holiday specials, and it's, honestly, it feels more like my modern channel, which honestly means it feels almost better than a lot of the other videos, because it's well edited, at least there's audio in it. And all in all, this is a solid 5-star video. The next video is basically the first of just many different times where I explain why the Hallmark Snowman for 2010 is so breakable, which, let's be honest, it really, really is. So it's 3 stars in my opinion. Now for all the Alphabet Lore color videos, I'm not going to be rating each individual one because, like, what's the point? It's just the same topic with just a different color every time. Basically, it's a whole series where every color of the rainbow is the only color that can be on screen in Number Lore 4. And if I had to give the whole series an honest rating, I'd say it's 3 stars. And now the moment I've been waiting for. Absolutely frickin' roasting the hell out of this video. First of all, I have to stop trying to make creepypasta videos. I am not that kind of YouTuber. Especially when you think of the fact that most of the people who view my channel are probably kids with some of the things I post. I'm assuming that unless you've been living under a rock like Patrick, you've probably heard at least once about the mysterious, most likely fake, hijacking that happened on July 25th, 2005. I went through a weird phase around July of last year where I was obsessed with finding the origins of this story, and I even made this video about it before I had half of the facts I ended up finding out. So a lot of the information in this video is wrong. I forgot an entire part of the hijack. You know, the part at the end where the episode Gary takes a bath come on and then things get weirder? I don't know. I even went back later and mentioned that part in the comments because I was so embarrassed about how I messed that up. I mean, I literally forgot, like, the most important part of the hijack. On top of that, the editing is terrible. And there's nothing in the background the whole time except for just pure blackness. Most of the video is pure blackness if there isn't something on the screen for just a little bit. And aside from missing the entire other half of the hijack, I also completely forgot about a lot of other key things. Woo! Okay, now that I finally got to completely roast that video, just to finish it off for good, I'm giving it 0.5 stars. Next we have the announcement of the release date of Alphabet Lore with hand-drawn cells, which, what much can I really say about this video? It's well edited, I guess. I'll give it 5 stars. Next we got Number Lore 4, but only when Baby G is on screen. I mean, this is kind of self-explanatory. It's pretty good. I'll give it 5 stars. Next we got Thirst Ripoff Alpha Lore plushies. What? Anyways, the point of this video is me talking about how I got the wrong version of Alphabet Lore, of the Alphabet Lore plushes, which there really isn't any right version since none of them are really official anyway. So I'll give it 3 stars, I guess. This video is basically me just showing off these plushies that I have of my cats that look a lot like them. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I guess it's okay. I'll give it 4.5 stars. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for me to rank, well, at least the moment I've been waiting for. It's time for me to rank Alphabet Lore with hand-drawn cells. The project that took up 6 whole months of my life that I will never get back again. Alphabet Lore with hand-drawn cells is the project that I single-handedly wasted 6 months of my year last year on. It's basically an entire recreation of the entirety of Alphabet Lore, where I basically drew every single frame of the animation onto these little index cards with my Posca markers, and then basically remade the entirety of Alphabet Lore. Now, I can't roast this too much because I wasted 6 months of my life on it, but I can, if I'm going to say anything negative about it, it's that there's a lot of times where the frame quality is absolutely terrible. I can also say that that's possibly because of the fact that and by the end, I really, really wasted my Poscas, as you can see here. So a lot of the colors gets a lot more dried out towards the end, as you can see here. This is also the project that single-handedly wasted every little ounce of ink inside of my black Posca and inside of every single Sharpie marker we own. I did get new Poscas for Christmas and also made a video about it for some reason. But ultimately, last spring was really fun, and we were actually going through a hard time, so Alphabet Lore with hand-drawn cells really helped me get through a lot of it, which is why Alphabet Lore with hand-drawn cells is getting 5 stars. And now that we're past alphabet lore with hand-drawn sales, I think it's finally time to decide 10 minutes into this video that I want to stop speedrunning every single thing I review. Next up, we got Numberlore 5 fan-made. If you've noticed by this point, I've been skipping each individual part of this video because I wanted to do it as a whole. Now, the video itself as a whole is definitely one of my better predictions. Now, I do want to mention that there are a couple parts where you can tell how I got lazy. You see, I didn't end up saving each individual part after making it, which means I had to go back onto YouTube and screen record all the parts that I had already uploaded it and then just put it all together. Now, the problem with this is, for some of the clips, you can see where it transitions into the next part because you can see the bar. Because sometimes when I was trying to screen record these things, I wasn't able to the bar didn't go away fast enough, and it ended up being in the next clip for a split second. You can see that here in this clip, where you can see I can transition into the next part, but because I didn't save the other parts before that, I had to re-record it from YouTube. Overall, though, I think it's definitely one of my better predictions, and so for that reason, it gets a 4.5. Next, we got why are misclicks more common on mobile. In this video, I explain why misclicks are more common on mobile. And it's actually a pretty decent video. It gives you exactly what you asked for when you click on the video. It tells you why misclicks are more common on mobile than they are on PC. And while, once again, it's not screen recorded, the part's on my PC, I can look past that for a pretty good overall video. And so because of that, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Next, we got Fun to Rhyme, but in Minecraft, and it's literally just my Minecraft character standing in front of the video while it plays. And I have this really, really bad animation every single time it gets close to the curse word. But the question I have is, what is really the point? And that's why this video gets 3 stars. Now, my gaming room is just kind of me showing off my gaming room. It's exactly what it says it is, and it's honestly pretty good. It's another one of those hidden gems in my early channel. And so, it's gonna get 4.5 stars. And now it's finally time to finish this video off with a banger and rank the Disney videos. Basically, the Disney videos are 4 different videos documenting my trip I took last year in August to Disney World. Each video was a different 3 days. So each video was 3 different days. And they all basically documented my trip from beginning to end. It was also the introduction of Bart the grizzly bear, and he's your friend now. Which of course means that it was filled with a plethora of Bart jokes. And honestly, I just love these videos. Each one of them is unique in their own way, and they really highlight this trip that was probably one of the better trips in my opinion. It obviously wasn't the best, but it was still one of the good ones. Now, if I had to pick the worst out of the videos, I would probably say it's the last one, since it was really not that good. It was kind of just short. There were only 2 days because we had an uneven number of days, so I couldn't fit 3 into the last video because we only had 2 left after the second to last video was recorded. So it was just Magic Kingdom and then our flight home, which really didn't cover much of our flight home because of the whole Bart incident, remember? You guys remember that. Now, if you guys don't remember what it is or didn't ever see the video, well, then I guess this is basically what happened. Here it is.
We had to sit in this air. Wait, what? Ah! Bart? After that, we flew home and saw Milo and Belle. And don't get seasick, I guess? Bye?
What did I miss? See? Oh, mama.
Overall, I love these videos, so the Disney videos get 5 stars. And I think that just about wraps up part 3 of this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Part 4 will be out soon. Don't get seasick. Bye.